I like to think I'm pretty good, but yesterday I got beat, so got to get back to the drawing board with that.
Dude, what are your thoughts just going into fall camp and the quarterback battle that's kind of on the docket for all three of you guys?
Yeah, I think we've already got that kind of established in the spring. It's going to be a good competition. Bo, Ty, they're both great quarterbacks, great players. It's going to be fun. We always have fun in the quarterback room. Always a friendly competition, and I think it's going to be fun.
What do you have to do to separate yourself?
Always just got to do that 1% extra, whether that's on the field, getting some extra work after practice, or in the weight room, or just in the film room, watching some extra film or practice cut-ups, whatever that is. You just got to do the 1% extra.
When you exited spring camp, what were the things that you felt like you needed to work on this offseason?
Definitely just getting more confident and comfortable in the offense, especially in the run game stuff. I always feel confident with my throwing ability, but whether I need to get into the best run check for a running back, or if I need to get loose and run a little bit, whatever that is.
Bo's an experienced guy. What have you taken kind of from him, watching and learning?
Yeah, he's a great leader. He came from the SEC, 3-year starter. He really knows how to get his voice out there and get people to listen to him. So that's kind of what I've learned from him.
How do you balance the competition with him, but also learn from him as well?
I don't know. It's kind of like I said, it's just friendly competition. It's no one butts heads. You learn from them, and then you compete with them, and at the end of the day, you're your brother. So.
Similar question, man, but what has stood out to you about the QB room and just the dynamic with all of you guys in there getting along? What has stood out to you? What makes it a special QB room?
Yeah, kind of, I don't know. Like I said, it's just super, we're together. We're doing everything together, trying to push each other every day. Everyone makes everyone better. You can always learn something from someone, and I think that's what we've all done.
In terms of building chemistry with the wide receivers, is there anything you're doing outside of practice that is getting you more on the same page?
I think over the summer, the player-led stuff really got us going. It's always good to have coaches out there telling you what to do, but when you're a player-led team, that's what we preach. Being a player-led team, once you're that, you think you're an elite team. So we've been doing a lot of player-led stuff and getting out there with the receivers and getting dialed in.
Do you feel like you have a little bit of an advantage in the quarterback battle with the sustained relationship already with some of the receivers that are already here?
No, not necessarily. I think the receivers have respect for each of the quarterbacks equally. I don't think they look at someone higher or lower than anyone else, so I wouldn't say it.
A lot of the guys have talked about the better connection as a team from a chemistry standpoint this offseason. How did that happen, and just from your perspective, what's your evaluation of that?
Yeah, I think the coaches have done a great job preaching, because we have these 4 pillars: connection, growth, toughness, and sacrifice. And I think we've really all done those 4 pillars really well, and they've preached them, and I think we've all connected really well.
How do you feel Dillingham's system is different than last year's system?
A lot of ways it's pretty similar. Just different calls. Drop back, we'll do some RPOs. Nothing too different.
Do you feel like you're stretching the ball downfield more this year than you would last year?
Yeah, I think we are a really explosive offense, and I think you guys have only seen just a fraction of that in the spring, and there will be more to come this fall.
You said it, the 3-year SEC starter in Bo coming in, adding him to the quarterback room in the spring. What was that dynamic like early on, and then what have you kind of learned about him, and in what ways have you guys connected in this time?
Yeah, I honestly had no idea what to expect when Bo came in, but I'm never gonna judge a book by its cover, and he's just a super genuine, upfront guy. He's actually been texting every single day for the past couple weeks. He's been texting, I would assume not just me, other guys on the offense. He's been texting us these quotes from the Bible, and he's just super religious guy, and he's super nothing more to him. He's just a super nice guy and good football player.
How do you feel like you factor into the leadership aspect of this team?
I feel like I'm kind of more of a reserved leader at times. Like, I could be more out there, but when I want to be, I could be more vocal. But I kind of sit back sometimes and like watch other people lead, maybe learn from them on how to be a better leader, and then I try to do that moving forward.
What do you feel like you've specifically learned from, whether it be one of the other quarterbacks or anyone else in the team?
Just, you don't want to be that guy who's like doing one thing or saying one thing and doing another. Like, you want to be the guy who's, if you're going to say, let's do this, you want to be the guy doing that. Because if you see, or if people see you like not doing what you're preaching, then they're not going to want to listen to you. So, yeah, just kind of be what you are about.
I'm sorry if it's a brief, but just how are you mentally approaching this year's competition compared to a year ago?
I feel like I'm just a year older, a year more experienced, and just got to take that approach going into this fall camp, that knowing that I have a chance, and just go into it confident and ready to roll.
When we're in the world of college football that we are now, everybody at every position, but especially quarterback, moves on to look for a guarantee. It's not a matter of not being willing to compete or something. It's just saying that they're looking for a guarantee. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
I want to look for a guaranteed job.
Yeah.
So when I ask why stay and compete for it, it's not being afraid of competition. I'm saying why not? Why is staying important to you versus trying to seek something that was more guaranteed?
I honestly wouldn't say there's any guarantees in college football in any aspect of any sport, honestly. Anywhere you go, there's going to be great competition. So I just felt like staying was the best choice for me, and there's going to be competition anywhere, so might as well get it done here.
What did you do this summer by way of either working with guys, or I don't know if you had a private quarterback coach you work with or something like that?
Yeah, kind of just like similar approach. Watch some film. Like I said earlier, like the player-led stuff. Get some extra work with the receivers, tight ends, running backs, all that stuff. Similar approach to the last couple of years, just a little more advanced.
Those guys you worked with, is there anything you're just excited to? He's worked hard. I'm excited to see how it pays off.
Yeah, there's too many. Honestly, all the guys have just been working their butts off. I'm excited for all of them, honestly.
How do you feel like practicing against this defense? Is there anything that stands out, or is there any wrinkles to Lanning's system that is more difficult for you as a quarterback to decipher? What have you seen from the defensive side?
Yeah, they're super talented. A lot of guys coming back from last year, and then Lanning. He has some stuff up his sleeves. I'm obviously not going to disclose that information, but he's a super talented coach. Obviously, last year won the Natty at Georgia. And I'm super excited to see what our defense has too.
Going off of that, what's it like having either Noah or like a Justin in your peripheral vision at practice?
Yeah, it's not fun because they're always just flying around the field. It's hard to like get. The windows are tight, so especially with like our talented DBs, linebackers just running around out there. It's a little tough, but I'm glad they're on our team.
In terms of Chase transferring in, how's he been fitting in with both the entire offense and what you've seen from the wide receiver room?
Yeah, he's fit in like he's not even new. Like it feels like he's been here for forever. He's just fit in really well with the receivers and with the whole team. He gels with everyone, and he's not only a great player, he's just a great person to be around.
Do you feel like with this year's team, with a new coaching staff and a lot of transfer ins and outs, do you feel like the aspect of you being here for an extra year and you being a returner is there's a lot of different groupings in this team with the new coaching staff and the new transfers and your returning players as well? Do you feel like it gels from more groupings rather than there being a transfer in and them feeling a little bit more isolated because they're coming into an already solidified group?
I don't know. I don't really. So what was the question again? Sorry.
So do you feel like it's easier for a transfer to integrate themselves because there are a new coaching staff and a lot of new transfers and a lot of rotating rosters?
Yeah, I mean it could be. I don't know. That would more be a question to ask them, I guess. But I do think our coaches do a really good job of making everyone feel at home and like they're welcome. And we have a lot of new transfers this year and a lot of guys coming in and out, so I don't think that I hope no one feels like they're left out or left behind or don't feel like they have a voice, because I know they do, even if they're new. But I would say our coaches do a great job, and our team does a great job making them feel welcome.
Going back to
How does Caleb Chapman help this receiver room? What's he bring to the table for you
Yeah,
guys?
he's a big body. Make the 50-50 catches not be 50-50, more like 75-25. Just a big body out there, great hands, great route running ability. I just think he's a great asset for our team.
Going back to Chase, how huge is it that he was coming in to you guys, and also he's been a part of this conference and been very successful already? How much of an advantage is that to have that experience on his end?
Yeah, he knows the same opponents we've been playing. He's already been playing for 4 or 5 years, however long he's been in college for. But I'm glad he's on my team. He's also like Chap. He can go up and make the 50-50 balls, 75-25 balls, like you've seen in the spring. He was making plays left and right, and he's just been great to have on the team.
What's Jay Butterfield do during summer when he's not preparing for football?
I've recently got into golf a lot. Got a new set. I started playing last year. Got a new set of clubs. Just got a new driver last week, so I've been trying to swing the clubs a little bit.
Where's your course?
Up here, my favorite course, public course, probably Emerald Valley. That's a nice one.
What do you shoot?
Consistently, probably low to mid 90s. On a good day, my best I ever shot's 85. So.
And you just picked it up last year?
Yeah, last January, right after the season.
Do you realize how good that
It's
is?
don't get me wrong. I could go out and shoot at 85, 86 one day, and the next day I could shoot at 100. So I'm just trying to work on consistency.
It seems like the quarterbacks in golf is like a big thing.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just super fun and relaxing to get out there and just go hang out with your friends, hit smack the ball around. It's also, I've been playing football for my whole life, as long as I can remember. And there's nothing more frustrating than the sport of golf. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Is Bailey the best player on the team?
For sure. I don't even think it's really close.
Has it gotten to the point where it's like, why are you playing football and not playing golf?
I don't know. I mean, I think he could pursue golf and be really good at it, but obviously he loves football. So. One thing I will say about golf, actually, is that Bailey may shoot in the high 60s, low 70s, but he does not have a hole-in-one like I do. I do have a hole-in-one. Only a year into golf, might be beginner's luck, but I do have a hole-in-one.
Where was that at?
It was back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it, par 3?
Yeah, it was a pretty short par 3, but hole-in-one's a hole-in-one.